In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Thursday, March 13th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our March 13th NBA slate we got going on. But before we deep dive to that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetChefD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 9.54 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way, because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you continue to like and subscribe, that's going to help that YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience, right? And speaking about that Patreon, we had so far a good day here on Wednesday, with starting off with college basketball, Iowa State, Arkansas, Butler. That was one of the parlays I gave out that hit for plus 240 right there. We had a solid Tuesday as well, and you guys are missing out on this chat that goes off 24/7. People posting plays, people going through just game plans for the day. They're going off on here 24/7, and you guys would love to join this type of community. Another guy came through with some more college plays, Georgia Tech and Iowa State. He compared that together for double up money there. Get connected. Click on that link provided down below. You can access the daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and SIGNUP Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area, plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. Little Caesars Arena here. We have the back-to-back here between the Pistons and the Washington Wizards. Pistons 37-29, Washington 13-51. Looking at the current odds for this one here, Pistons as huge home favorites, minus 1,200, with the comeback of the Wizards at a plus 750. Point spread yet again at 15.5, and the total points at 233.5. Public bet percentage here, 95% of the bets, 87% of the money, all over Detroit. For the point spread here, the public and sharps are on the Washington Wizards in this second game here. 63% of the bets and money on Washington to actually cover. And then for the total points, 72% of the bets, 73% of the money, 73% of the money towards the over 233.5. Looking at the injury report between these two teams, starting off with the Wizards, Bilal Coulibaly, Malcolm Brogdon, and Saddiq Bey are all going to be out. And for the Pistons, Jaden Ivey is still out. He's going to be out for another 11 days. All right, so these two teams just played here in the first matchup. Detroit won by 20, and they covered that number. They covered the number was 5.5. That was on the road. In this game here, same scenario. This time, Pistons were at home. They won outright. They covered the number of 14.5. And it went under 234.5. This particular game, they set the total 1 point lower at 233.5. Usually with these back-to-backs, it tends to go opposite. This particular game here, I would lean towards sticking with the total. All right, I would lean towards the under 233.5. The Pistons wholeheartedly are going to win this game, should win this game. They should win this game by 10 points or more. That extra 5 points there, even though they beat this team 20 points in back-to-back games this year. If we go back to last year, they won by 9, and then they lost to them in January in 2024. And the time before that, we won by 12. All right. But my favorite play here so far is going to be the under 233.5. They have gone under this number 4 out of the last 5 games. And this is what we're expecting. We're expecting Pistons defense, especially at home, has been very solid. And this Wizards team has struggled against this Pistons offense, against this Pistons defense. 104 in the first game, 103 in the second. Very unimpressive performances here in the last 5 games, losing 3 out of those last 5. All right. So top play here is going to be the under 233.5. If I had to choose the point spread, because you have to if you want value. I would go right back to the well with the Pistons. I would either try to do an alternative line. Either way, if you want to boost the Wizards to plus 21, or if you want to take the Pistons down to 9.5. All right, definitely think the Pistons win by double digits in this particular game. In Pfizer Forum here, we have the Milwaukee Bucks 36-28 going against the LA Lakers 40-23. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have the Bucks at minus 225 on the money line with the comeback of the Lakers at a plus 185. Point spread at a 5.5. Total points at 224.5. Public bet percentage here, 55% of the bets coming in on Milwaukee, 67% of the money coming in on the Lakers here as underdogs for the point spread, 76% of the bets, 64% of the money on the side of the Lakers as well, plus 5.5. And for the total points, 79% of the bets, 78% of the money towards the over 224.5. All right, so we have a public and sharp underdog here looking at the money line and the point spread. All right, technically, we usually tend to fade those, all right? So, looking at the injury report for both of these teams, starting off with, let's see. Let it load up real quick. Starting off with the LA Lakers, Jackson Hayes, game time decision. Luka Doncic, game time decision. LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Maxi Kleber are all going to be out. For the Milwaukee Bucks, we have Chris Livingston, game time decision. Tyler Smith, game time decision. Damian Lillard, game time decision. Giannis Antetokounmpo, game time decision. And Bobby Portis is out. So we have some question marks here on both sides of the basketball here. On both teams. We already know that LeBron is out, but Luka being a game time decision, and for the Bucks, Lillard and Giannis being game time decisions, that's going to be a big question mark. You got to stay tuned and watch out for any breaking news on those two fronts here. Both teams coming off embarrassing losses. Brooklyn Nets beat the Lakers in that last game by 3, and the Bucks, they had the game and they gave away the win to the Indiana Pacers with a 4-point play by Tyrese Halliburton. So 3 very, very strange losses here from the Bucks, and then we get it. The Lakers lost LeBron, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to be running their offense. And Austin Reeves hasn't fully stepped up, especially offensively, in the past couple games since he's come back from his injury. All right, so these two teams definitely are hard to gauge here. I'm going to lean towards the Lakers with the plus 5.5. Bucks are a very hard team to trust, especially covering a number. So I'm going to stay safe here with the Lakers in the plus points here. I'll take the plus 5.5 with the Lakers. And for the total, I love the over 224.5. This is definitely a game where you can see a high scoring total here. If we're looking at the last 5 meetings, 4 out of the last 5 games have gone over this total of 224.5 as well. So give me the over on the total and the Lakers plus 5.5. In the Smoothie King center here, we have the New Orleans Pelicans 18-48 going up against the Orlando Magic 30-36. Looking at the current odds for this game here, Magic slight road favorites minus 120 on the money line with the comeback of the Pelicans at a plus 100. Point spread at a 1.5. Total points at 217.5. Public bet percentage here, 59% of the bets, 51% of the money all over the Magic. And for the point spread, 52% of the bets, 54% of the money on Magic as well. And for the total points, 79% of the bets, 80% of the money towards the over 217.5. People are going off of what the Pelicans' last performance was. Finally getting a win in a very long time over the LA Clippers, 127-120. But before we deep dive even further, let's look at the injury report here. Orlando Magic, Jalen Suggs out for the year. Moritz Wagner out for the year. And for the Pelicans, Yves Messi is a game time decision. Kelly Olynyk is out. Brandon Boston is out. Herbert Jones out for the year. And DeJounte Murray out for the year. All right, these two teams have already played earlier in the season. And that game went clearly to the side of the Orlando Magic in a huge blowout, 115-88. That was a Magic on the money line, covering the 8.5, and it went under 210.5. This particular game, if we're looking at the total, it bumped up to 217 on purpose and for a reason here. That's mainly because how bad this Pelicans defense is, and they're even despite they won that game against the LA Clippers, they gave up a big number in 120. And if we're looking at the majority in the last 5 games that they faced, the Pelicans here. Has gone 3 out of the 5 times on towards the over here, and I like the over in this one. Pelicans are going to definitely stay competitive in this game to put up points, just because how Zion Williamson is playing right now. He's playing at a very high level. He had a triple-double in his last game, and then the Magic are going to be able to have some easy buckets here going up against this poor Pelicans defense. So give me the over on 217.5, and for who's going to win, give me the Magic on the money line. Magic are the better team here in this spot. I'm going to be taking them. That's more of an anomaly here of what we saw out of Pelicans getting that one win. Magic have been playing tough basketball. Unfortunate loss to Toronto by 1. Unfortunate loss to Chicago by 2. They beat Milwaukee, and then Houston is a real tough team. And then they lost to Toronto again by 2. So very short and close losses right here. Magic have it in them to get over the hump. Give me the Magic on the money line and the over 217. In United Center here, we have the Chicago Bulls 27-38 going against the Brooklyn Nets 22-43. Looking at the current odds for this game here, we have the Bulls as home favorites minus 150 with the comeback of the Nets at a plus 125. Point spread at a 2.5. Total points at 229.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 77% of the bets, 89% of the money all over Chicago. For the point spread, a little bit tighter here, 55% of the bets, 60% of the money on Chicago to cover. And for the total points, 76% of the bets and 75% of the money towards the over 229.5. All right, looking at the injury report here, this is going to be a key factor in this game. Brooklyn Nets, Noah Clowney's a game-time decision, but they have Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas back. For the Chicago Bulls, Lonzo Ball, game-time decision. Josh Giddey is the main out here. He's out for this game for the next until the 15th, and then Ayo Dosunmu's out for the year. So both of these guys, Giddey's been playing outstanding, getting triple doubles, and then Ayo Dosunmu's been a very good guard for them, and he's out for the year. This team is getting really hit with the injury bug here, and it's the opposite with the Brooklyn Nets. Right now, they're a little healthier with Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson. They're two better scorers here. When they have those two guys, they're a very dangerous team, just like we saw the Brooklyn Nets almost beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then they beat the LA Lakers a couple days ago. All right, so looking at this series matchup here, it's gone 1-1. Brooklyn Nets 1-1, Bulls won the other, and both games went over the total, especially at the total 229.5. I believe that this total is going to go under here, especially since we're missing Josh Giddey. I think the Bulls offense, the way he facilitates, and Ayo Dosunmu, some of his shot making ability, that's going to really hamper the Chicago Bulls offense here. So for this particular game, I'm going to have to go with the underdog. Give me the Nets plus 2.5, and for the total, under 229.5. Last but not least, here in Chase Center, we have the Golden State Warriors 37-28 going against the Sacramento Kings 33-31. Looking at the current odds for this game here, Warriors minus 285 on the money line with the comeback of the Kings at a plus 225. Point spread at a 6.5. Total points at 233.5. Full game public bet percentage here, 95% of the bet, 78% of the money all over the Warriors. And for the point spread here, shocking here, we have public and sharps all over the point spread for the Kings. 62% of the bet, 69% of the money for the Kings to cover in this game here. Total points, 73% of the bets, 86% of the money towards the over 233.5. Looking at the injury report here, starting off with the Sacramento Kings, Jake LaRavia, game time decision. Domantas Sabonis could be back, game time decision. And Jay Crawford is going to be a game time decision as well. For the Warriors here, positive news, Kuminga could be back. He's a game time decision. And Brandon Podds, who's been playing pretty solid for the Warriors, is going to be out of this game. All right. Now, with these two teams here, they've met plenty of times this year. This is the fourth and final matchup. So far, it's gone Sacramento's way twice out of the 3 times. Warriors got the last one on February 21st in a blowout win in Sacramento here. For fourth and final game is going to be in Golden State. And for this total of 233.5, 2 out of those 3 games here have gone over that total. And if we're looking at the last 6 games, it's gone over that total 4 out of the last 6 games. I think this is going to be a high-scoring environment here between the Kings and the Warriors, especially with how this Warriors defense has been playing pretty embarrassingly, allowing 133 to the Knicks, 111, 116. In Dallas, there's a bunch of backups there, but just embarrassing performances out of those two games, and then Denver 116. I think that the Warriors are definitely rightfully in that zone of 120 and above. The way that they've been playing with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler here. Definitely like the Warriors offense or even team total in this spot with the Kings defense. Okay, now for the Warriors, they're currently on a 5-game winning streak, going for 6. Kings struggling, losing to the Knicks, losing to the Clippers, and then losing to the Denver Nuggets here. And the Warriors are trying to propel themselves high into this Western Conference here to get ready for the playoffs. I think things keep rolling for the Warriors. Give me the Warriors on the full, complete sweep. We got all the public money here on the point spread, and we're going to take that, all right? So give me the Warriors on the money line. Warriors to cover the 6.5. And give me the over of 233.5. So that's going to be our breakdown for the Thursday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We could definitely debate about that down there. If you guys want to sign up for the premium on Patreon, get connected with all the people in the community, because it's not just me, it's everyone in there going off 24/7. Click that link, get access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. And